got to be careful also with it.
Yep.
Because nothing's guaranteed. Because a lot of people were called into the truth, but not everybody keeps fighting the fight.
Many were called, but few were chosen.
People get cut from the team.
Yeah.
People get cut all the time. Still in the second Peter, in First Peter.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul.
Yep. So it said right there, dearly beloved. So he's talking to his own people, and he's telling them, I beseech you, which is, I look at you like a stranger, you know, or as a pilgrim. A pilgrim is, you know, someone from a different land.
Someone that's asking for mercy.
Yep. He said, abstain from fleshly lust. Keep away from the fleshly lust, you know.
Which war against the soul.
Yep, that's right.
Basically, you're always fighting against demons.
That's right. Because when you're walking in the flesh, you got to keep the Most High's commandments. But the spirit, you know, so like, yeah, when you're walking in the spirit, you know, you got to keep the Most High's commandments through your spirit. But this flesh don't want you to keep those commandments, you know. And Satan's always coming at you through this flesh, you know.
Yeah, because he's not attacking you in the spirit world. Just take a look at when he was in the garden.
He's attacking your mind, is what it is.
When he was in the Garden of Gethsemane with the Lord, he was attacking him because our Lord was in his flesh and in a human condition, in a weakest condition. He ain't talking shit to him right now. Yahushua is in his full power. Satan's doing whatever Yahushua tells him.
See, so people don't know that the spirit and the flesh are at war. You know what I mean? They just let their spirit go with their flesh, and they just let it intertwine or whatever.
That's why I read Jeremiah 23, first and second verses, where it tells you woe to the pastors, which basically condone this type of behavior. How the hell are you gonna do what feels good? You're not even fighting. You're not even trying to fight your temptation, man. You're not even trying.
Dang.
So you don't deserve any mercy if you're not trying. And we had he's still a so-called friend in the world. We had a friend in the world who fucking straight up said, I don't want to learn.
Yep.
Like a little fucking child. I don't want to learn the truth about the Bible and the Lord. But he's a fucking hardcore Christian.
Yep. He believed in his own mind that whatever the church preaches, that it's true. You know?
Dude. Hey, that was supposed to happen like that. You know why? Because when you first come into the truth, you want to tell everybody that you're close to, everybody that you love, right? Because what did Peter say? Dearly beloved, right? You tell them first. But that's what Matthew was talking about when he wrote down the words of Yahushua. And Yahushua said, I came to set houses against each other, to divide houses, to set daughter-in-law against mother-in-law, to cause division. Because not a lot of people, nobody's gonna believe it at first, because they're so fucking tangled up into the lies and deceit of this fake church, that when you tell them, oh, you're an Israelite, and they say, well, that's impossible. Well, we're just telling you how it's possible. We came from during the Assyrian captivity. We hopped on boats, went through the Euphrates, coming out of the Arabian Peninsula on the other side, I think, and then we made it all the way to basically Peru, and then we started coming up, and then we made it all the way here. That's what's called plausible. And you don't want to hear that, because then if it's plausible, then it's possible. And if it's possible, then it did happen. And if it did happen, then you're going to have to fight your pastor, because he's been fucking lying to you this whole time.
Yep. and it's true that it's in the Bible because Christopher Columbus even
Yep.
he researched the Bible and seen it.
He was
You know?
in second Ezra's like we were.
Yep, and he also that's why he bring Hebrew interpreters so that he could come and interpret, you know, the Israelites that were over here.
Because those languages were broken up Hebrew, if you can understand what I'm saying. Because there's dialects, right? Let's take for instance Spanish. If you go to Spain and call it Spanish, they're gonna laugh at you. The official name is Castellín. Okay? Remember? Do you remember that Edomite that told us that over there? When we were on that side of the street, he was in a fucking wheelchair, and we were trying to tell him about racism, that we weren't racist, and he was like, "Yeah, Spain is not Spanish." Well, I was explaining the Spanish thing that I'm explaining now. It's not Spanish all over the place, all right?
And too, remember that word Mexican goes back to Mashiach.
Mashiachim, yeah. Lord of the people.
So they knew. The Mexicans knew.
Hey, that's funny right there with that. You might say, he said, "I'm not fucking stupid. I have book smarts." But I bet you if he came up here, he'd try to kill us.
Yeah, book smart. So he don't have a book.
If he has so many fucking book smarts, why is he riding a motherfucking bicycle on a Friday fucking evening? You answer that question. He probably don't even got a fucking job, but he's got book smarts. Because book smarts don't get you shit.
I would like to see him bring his book up here and you know, show us what he got.
There's a couple of times where people come up here, they look at this and look at that, look at the signs and look at us and look at the Bible, and we tell them which Bible we're using. And then they say, "Oh, so you guys like to talk about the truth of the Bible?" And then they say, "Yeah, me too," and then they leave. And they don't ever bring their Bible.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and a couple people said they'll be back next week or
But it's okay, you know what? You're being marked. The angels are marking you. Back in 2 Peter, I mean 1 Peter.
yeah.
The 2 Peter, 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. Having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works which they shall behold glorify Yahweh in the day of visitation.
Yep, so it was saying to have your conversation amongst the Gentiles, you know, and the Gentiles, those are Israelites who don't know the Israelites. So when we have our conversations against with the Gentiles who don't know, we're going to have an honest conversation with them.
And we were just talking about that before I got the scripture. See, I don't know why you guys don't have any faith. This is all spiritual. I don't see him the whole week. He doesn't see me the whole week. We just come together.
The scriptures, they just connect, you know.
The scriptures are speaking, not us. Well, you know what I'm saying. The scriptures are giving us the words to speak through the Spirit.
Yep. So it said, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, and a lot of these Gentiles do, you know, speak thinking that we're evildoers, you know.
Oh, you guys hate. You guys are racist.
Yeah, they think racist is an evil doing, but racist is of the Heavenly Father.
And you know why they say we're evildoers? Because it goes against their free will spirit, their spirit to do whatever they want, backed up by their fake pastor, leading a fake life.
That says, whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold. You know, this is our good works right here. You know, and they're beholding our good works. And it says, glorify the Most High in the day of visitation. So when the Most High sends His Son, they are going to glorify. They're going to know that we told them.
Oh, they were right. Those crazy guys were right. That's what they're going to say. And then they're going to remember the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yep.
But it's going to be too late. And just to fulfill the scripture.
It's going to be too late to apologize, like to say.
They're going to think about saying, so I'm sorry, but they're going to say the name first. And then right as they're going to say, I'm sorry, boom! You don't get a chance to say that, sucker. Hey, the Lord is powerful, man. The way I deliver the message might be funny and everything, but I'm being serious. You're going to get fucked up. Real bad. Pointing at us, pointing at the brothers, starting shit with the brothers, especially vocab whole ass melon. Have you heard about that?
The GMS has been on vocab Malone a lot, you know.
But vocab Malone did something treacherous and underhanded. He got some old ass information, 10 years old, about a fallout, a demon that killed his family, and another man talking about this guy is a GMS, this guy is an Israelite, this guy's a this guy's a that, they're doing this. And that's only one case. Only one case, and the brothers of GMS have been bringing up 10 tons of cases, man. There's too many cases to go against you. He's on his last leg. He really is an agent. He's trying his hardest at this moment. He's about to lose his job. Esau's gonna say, you fucked up, you're out of here. Keep going? Want me to read it again?
Yeah, read it.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. Having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they spake against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify Yahweh in the day of visitation. Yeah, everybody's beholding our good works. Can you keep going? Yeah, everybody's beholding our good works. See, there's a job and there's a work. The job is what you go to so that you can eat, which is also provided to you by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The work is also provided by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the benefits are better than any even if you had the best job with all the benefits and that shit. These are the best benefits.
Also, too, you know that the Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, that they're the Lord's chosen people, because we got the best attributes, you know, because the Most High said that in Matthew 5 and 13, it says, ye are the salt of the earth. You know, we're the like they say, the flavor.
Salt of the earth.
We're the ones, we're the best at sports, best dancers.
Best at reading and prophesying the Bible.
Yep.
Breaking the scriptures down.
Hardest workers, like we said earlier.
Let me keep going.
Let's go to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. I'm in the book of Jeremiah.
Keep reading on that third verse.
In 1 Peter?
Jeremiah 23, where you were at.
Jeremiah 23.
You had started on that.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 23. Started at the first one again. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power of Israel against the pastures that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
That's right. So, so when we got scattered, when Issachar was over here, you know, they have a lot of what do you call it? Evidence of like writings of the Most High, and also they were keeping the times. This is first. Is that Corinthians?
First Chronicles.
Salakia, this is First Chronicles 12 and 32. And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. So that they had evidence too of how they were keeping
The holy days.
keeping
The new moon. They were keeping all the Sabbaths. The full moon, the new moon, the regular Sabbath once the new moon came in. And then that's how they kept the calendar. Hey, which goes into the Aztec calendar. Or the Mayan calendar, however you want to say it.
yeah, because the scriptures tell you, you know, that the stars and the signs in heaven, they'll be signs for times. And that's how they learned how to keep it.
And you know what's hilarious about that? There's still some evidence of that old school technology still being used right now, like in cockfighting in the Philippines, or in the islands. They go off the moon. If the moon is full, then they fight light-colored birds. If the moon is new and dark, they fight dark-colored birds. That's spiritual. I'm not sure if that's how it really goes. I just read that a couple of days ago, but that's fucking crazy because they're like, yeah, these birds will do better against these birds. They have that shit all planned out. But it's all based on the new moon, the times in heaven.
In order to tell time, you have to look at the moon.
Mm-hmm. You can't look at the sun and say, oh, it's well, you can look at the sun and say, oh, it's winter. And you can look at the sun and say it's summer. That's clear. But you can look at the moon and say, oh, it's the beginning of a new month. Or it's the middle of a month. Oh, it's the first week. That's the second week. That's why this devil made this confused ass calendar. That's why you motherfuckers go to church every Sunday. The day of the sun. Want me to keep reading Jeremiah?
Matthew 16 and 3.
This is Matthew's 16 and 3. Matthew 16 and 3. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
Right. So he was saying that he could look at the weather and he could tell, you know, what kind of day it is. You know.
Yeah, right. Like we were just saying. But you guys aren't paying attention.
So the Mayans, you know, it lets you know that out of one of those tribes, the Issacharites, what came out of the Mayans, you know.
Yeah. And the word Mayan means from waters. Just like the word Hebrew, Mayan, Mayam, Mayam, waters. Want me to keep going in Matthew?
Verse. Second Ezra. uh, 13 and 47.
This is 2 Ezra 13 and 47. The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they might go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders. So that's the people that's basically the Jerusalem. I mean, Jews, the Judites. Those are the ones that stayed in the border, and then we left. So we had to come over here because we were captives, and we were like, "Fuck this!" I mean, let's get out of here because we can't keep our laws, statutes, and commandments over here. And how do they know about those laws, statutes, and commandments? They had prophets that were telling them when the moon is this way, it's a sign from Yahweh Shem Yahushai telling you to celebrate this holiday. See, thanks to the apostles of GMS, we got that back. So now I know, since I celebrated the Passover at the beginning of the Hebrew year, I keep going counting the new months, the new moon, and I know that the Day of Atonement will be October 8 and 9. So I asked for those days off already.
Yeah, see? We have to ask off our holidays, you know?
Isn't that fucked up? Because our holidays don't coincide with their holidays. Our holy days are holy and their holidays are crazy as fuck. They got this fucking shit called Easter happening pretty soon. So I think this weekend. That's garbage in a fucking handbag. That's fucking garbage. Having your fucking kids look for fucking eggs that you tell them a fucking bunny laid.
Oh my God.
That's fucking crazy. Man, why don't you tell them the truth? Why don't you sit them down and read the Bible? Because you guys can't stand the Bible. You guys can't stand the truth. You guys can't stand the real pastors and ministers of Yasharallah, the prophets that are out here. You guys hate us and you can't stand us. What do you want me to do?
2 Kings 17 and 19. Because after the Northern Kingdom, it was the Northern Kingdom who first came over here, and then after the Northern Kingdom, it was the Southern Kingdom who was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They were the ones who were left.
2 Kings. What is it? 17 and 19. Also, Judah kept not the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and inflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers until he had cast them out of his sight. Now, just because it says right here, we got rejected, that doesn't mean that we're excluded from the birthright. I mean, from the promise. That's still ours. We've been rejected. Just you could reject somebody, and you could forgive them later, and then you can accept them back after they repent. Basically, that's all that was.
Because it said that we got put in many captivities. It was the Babylonians,
Assyrian,
and then the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, and then the Romans.
And then the British, and then the American, and the Spanish. Fuck, man, we've been through a lot. we've been through a lot, and that's all that that we deserve. I mean, we had to get punished somehow. It's a lot of captivity, so that means what? That we didn't learn our lesson time and time again. Except for this time, this is the worst captivity because there's no ass beatings going around. It's all psychological. It's all fucking demons. This is the worst one because you can't see who is attacking you. It's been through a whole process that, man, because they have this thing called consent, right? And it's sexual assault awareness month in the society. And today yesterday I opened up an email and I watched those clips just to get some information so that I could tell you. And basically, they want you to accept the philosophy of giving the woman the opportunity to say yes or no. Basically, you ask her, hey, is it alright if I give you a kiss? Yeah, for real, man. You have to ask permission for everything. You have to ask consent for everything. You think that's a good thing? You think that's fucking cool? Let's say you're fucking drunk and you're at a party and you're with your woman and you slap her ass and another woman sees that and she says, you didn't ask for consent. That's fucking sexual assault. She's got a case. Sexual violence or whatever the fuck they want to call it. That's bad, man. How do you defend against that? You got to be strong, and like the scripture says, you got to fight your temptations. You believe that shit? We have to ask consent now.
Whatever happened to the old days, where you're looking at a woman and she knows that you want to kiss her and she wants to kiss you, and then you guys just kiss,
Man, I'm scared to look at bitches now. I'm fucking scared to look at a woman. I don't want to look at nobody and be charged with sexual aggravation. Oh, he was undressing me with his eyes. These bitches are fucking gone out of their goddamn minds. Sexual assault, sexual aggravation. It's hell, man. This is hell. This is hell. Planet Earth is hell, and it was given to the devil, the white man, the Edomite, aka Esau.
If you go to 23, verse 23, it says that.
This is verse 23 in 2 Kings, chapter 17. 17:23. Until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had said by all his servants the prophets, so was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day.
That's right. So they got carried out unto this day. So how is it that the Israelites, they can't be back in their land, right now? So those are not the Israelites,
And
because they're still scattered.
And you don't be a wicked demon and say, until the day was written, not today. That means you don't believe in the scriptures.
It's talking about this day, because 2,000 years ago it was this day, when Yahushua was here,
Hey, and that shows you the power of Yahushua's word, man. It's everlasting. It's forever. That's why you people can't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because basically you're believing in his word. You haven't seen him. You never met them.
Because if those are the real Israelites, that means we don't need this Bible no more, because
they're already in the kingdom.
Because once we're in the kingdom, once we're put in our own land in the kingdom, this Bible's already going to be in our hearts.
And we're going to have slaves. Do those people have slaves? Is a whole world is the whole world bowing down to them? Is Yahushua have a little home in the hills of Jerusalem?
There's still wars.
Is there a fucking docking station for Yahweh's ship? Get the fuck out of here. This
Yep, so-
motherfucking planet is all goddamn dirty. Fucking trees are crying, the birds are crying. Shit.
And 2 Kings 24, it's going to say.
Alright. This is 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Cutha, and from Aua, and from Hamath, and from Sepharuim, and placed them in cities of Samaria, instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in cities thereof.
Dang. That lets you know that they took our identity. Because it said, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of children of Israel.
Now don't be silly and say, well, that was the king that did it. Yeah, but if Yahweh sets up a king, he's basically doing Yahweh's will, man. That's what you motherfuckers don't get. Oh, Donald Trump's gonna... No, he's fucking not. Okay? Yahweh set him up to be a president for maybe 2 terms. Maybe he's gonna be, once martial law hits, he's gonna be the president until the bombs hit. You fucking dummies. Oh, I got book smarts.
Oh, man. He don't know nothing about history, you know.
He knows his story. The story he's making up as we're fucking asking him shit. But all you people out there are gonna be, like the scripture said, you're gonna be calling us evildoers. And then when the day of your judgment comes, you're gonna be like, oh man, they were right. We're the men of the Lord.
And if you Isaiah 14:1, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Now that's when they're going to be truly in their own land. Because the Most High has yet, to return them in their own land, It says everybody on the planet is in their own land except for us. We will be returned by the Most High to our own land and Kingdom Israel. Isaiah 14:2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for servants and handmaids. Like you said, where's the servants and handmaids at?
Where are they? That motherfucking Israel is asking Babylon for fucking money, for aid, military aid. How the fuck are you gonna ask Babylon, your mortal